offers considerable elevation. We're in Power Field, mile high here in Denver, Colorado. Today, a battle out of the AFC. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, I know you're excited about this one. That's because it's shaping up to be a pass-heavy showcase for these QBs.
Kate, keep your eyes on the skies because that's where the offense and the fireworks are going to come from. We've heard from their teammates and coaches about the trust they have in these quarterbacks on the field to really steer these offenses. In a quarterback-driven league, that trust is essential to compete week in and week out, and we should have a good one today.
Here's the former Bronco, Matt Prater out, and he'll get us started in Mile High. Marvin Mims now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
Those Denver Broncos have been looking for their next quarterback after Elway and Manning. And it was a dark period until Bo Nix stepped into the fold. He led all rookies in passing yards, touchdowns. He was 29, by the way. And he finished third for Rookie of the Year. The Broncos, they found their quarterback.
That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Kate, if that first play is any indicator, this offense is going to have one heck of a field day. I'm talking a big chunk of yards on the ground and some big-time confidence, too.
Going to the ground again on first. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Nix. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Finds the in route complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That one gains 7. And that'll be good for a Denver first. Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Nix from the gun. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. They're trying to set the screen. Dobbins. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, we call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Brandon Condrington to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They're led out by the reigning NFL MVPs. Finished top 5 in voting 4 of the last 5 seasons, Josh Allen.
He won the MVP award. We all knew he'd capture at some point of his career. And to me, Katie really did so because he further elevated everybody around him. That's what MVPs do. It's exactly what Josh did a season ago.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Allen looking to throw. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Gives him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Blitz coming here, Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They send a tight end in motion. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Another Bills first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Throwing for his back, but it's incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. This is brought in by Coleman. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Prater adds the PAT. And the Bills won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Now Prater on to send it away. On the return, here's Mims. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Nix with it on first. That's incomplete left side.
Intended for Troy Franklin. Incomplete. Tre'Davious White on the coverage.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run on first down with Dobbins. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Catch made. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
First down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bills' 27-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I can promise you that is a throw, and it's a quarterback when it leaves your hands you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Throwing again. Here's Nix. He has the first over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That's good for 7 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's an early lead for the Bills. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Time for our second quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone. Throwing from the gun. He's got it near the 8. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Dobbins is in. It's a Denver touchdown. Bills with the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Broncos push their lead to 3.
Broncos 10, Bills 7.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Ty Johnson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills and Keon Coleman running out to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
He's taken down after reaching the 30. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that third down stop.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Broncos are getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Quick on the drop here to Dobbins. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Anytime you dial up a blitz and you catch them running the draw like that, Brock, the D coordinator, he's going to be patting himself on the back right there.
He is, and not only for the call, but the execution of his player as well. Because you call a blitz, Kate, sometimes they can just run with their hair on fire. He had the awareness to stop that draw before they get started.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks like a little short of the 35.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Nix. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Back to Dobbins on 1st. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Nix. Setting up the running back screen. Ooh, awful close to that line to gain. Stop though, made it to 46. Third down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Nick's trying to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Broncos.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. Brought in by his back. Dobbins. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Now here he goes on the boot. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock, but it does force a 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good. You get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Johnson now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. They cross the 40, nice run there. And they catch him just in time to prevent the 1st, but that got very close, didn't it? It's 4th and maybe a yard.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
And a nice return out of them. They have it a little further up past their own 30. Denver set to take the field on offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
These intermediate games, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Nicks from the gun. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now we've got some whistles as a member of the Bills is shaken up and could use a look from the trainers here. Third down, they need 7. To the air on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that'll bring up 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
On 4th down, Broncos going to call on Jeremy Crawshaw here to punt. Brandon Codrington on the Bills' return. Takes it in at the 21. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. And it's the Bills with a 2nd and 7. Allen setting up to throw. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards.
I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time in talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, or that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
Now Allen going to the air. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Matt Prater on for the field goal try. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Prater puts it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Hey, facing a deficit, it's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room. They will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Broncos start getting the ball back as J.K. Dobbins runs out there. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Short pass brought in. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down now. They need 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Now here he goes. Nix slides in safely, doing so after he picked up that 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
That'll be caught by Troy Franklin. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Nix. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Terrell Bernard. And the Bills might be able to get some points late after the interception.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Allen. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the 2nd half. Let's find out what goes on in the 3rd quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Cotterington now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the 3rd. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. The Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. Now Allen off the play action. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now it's Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. This is brought in by Coleman. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's good for a Bills first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll run it with Cook. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down. They put a receiver in motion here left. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Allen on 3rd and short. Has him on a quick hitter. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Catch made right side by Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds after it looks like about a yard there. 2nd down coming up.
15-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, Allen to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
The Broncos bringing out an extra DB on 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and long, it's Allen. This one's quickly to Shakir. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
17 yards. And the Bills, first down. First and goal, Buffalo.
Waste of time.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion, it was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
Cook. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
One of the tight ends motioning left. On the handoff, here's Davis. He runs it across, touchdown! The Bills take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Prater on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills take a 4-point lead.
17. Broncos 13.
Now Prater on to send it away. On the return, here's Mims. And this drive will start inside the 25. Denver ready for another offensive possession. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got first and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there, and that'll bring up second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Third and long for him here. That's completed right side. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He tops to Dobbins, running left. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. All down there by Deon Walker.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Pressure coming for Nix. He doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Here he goes, third and long. Gets it downfield, on target to Sutton. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos grab the lead on their first series of the half. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos push their lead to 3.
Bills 17.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away.
To kick off for the Broncos.
Cotterington now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Had to be a missed assignment somewhere on that play, and the QB capitalizes with an excellent gain. There's got to be an adjustment made, so even when the QB keeps it himself on the read option, that gain is minimized.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. That's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Down when all is said and done.
I'm not sure, Kate. I'm not sure, you're not sure. Everyone in the building is not sure how you can lose the biggest eligible receiver on the field, but that's exactly what the defense just did.
Here's a give to Cook. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Shakir with the grab. And he will not get the first, but ooh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. On the sneak, it's Allen. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
And the Bills, 1st down. A gain on the play. 1st down, Bills.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, You got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Here's Cook, and he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
Alex Singleton on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. QB sneak coming, and he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Bills.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Now Allen going to the air, and he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills take a 4-point lead.
Bills 24, Broncos 20.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Set to kick off.
On the return, here's Mims. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there. And I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set. And it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's taken down at the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
16 yards. And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
On 1st down, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 3 now. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Bills going nickel, third down. Nix from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds Troutman. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Gonna keep this one and go. And he's gonna have enough for the first down, not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the 1st down.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Nick's gonna run again. And he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 4th-quarter lead. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 3.
Broncos 27, Bills 24.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Johnson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bills set to take over offensively. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. And some excellent work to drive him all the way out past the 30-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Bills first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Buffalo.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
After the sack could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. Pressure coming, it's Allen. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Bills trail by a field goal. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Makes the catch. We'll have the first down and even more. Gets it to the 15. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Davis does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Defense in the dime now, clinging to that lead. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is to throw. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
27.
Now Prater on to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds with more than half the work done. Offense in enemy territory to begin the series at the 45-yard line. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Motioning left is their running back. Back to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game.
First down.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
It leads to second and 10.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here he goes, one final shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Bronco and everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills, as we'll see you next time from Denver.